Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Angela Star if you're new, and if you're not new, welcome back. I wanted to make this long overdue video on my basic training experience. I went to basic training in October of 2020 and it was during COVID times. I understand that this video may be a little late because many of you probably already went through basic training and you wish you had this video to refer to. For the people that's about to go to basic training in the future, or they already have their ship date, I hope this video was helpful. So I'm gonna go week by week on what we did for each week in each phase. So we had 4 phases. We had yellow phase, which is the quarantine phase, and then we had the red, white, and blue phase. So yellow phase, which is the quarantine phase, we pretty much did absolutely nothing. You know, we stayed in our, what they call it, the bay, and we pretty much sat around and waited, you know, till the yellow phase was over. But before we did all that, when we first arrived at basic training, you know, we had to get like our COVID test. We had to go through, you know, a check-in process where we had to do like our medical, finance, all that type of stuff. So that's what we pretty much did for the first 2 weeks. We didn't do anything far as, you know, physical, you know, training wise. So that would be called reception phase, the yellow phase / reception phase. We were issued uniforms, which was what I'm wearing right now, with black shorts with Army logo on it as well. We just pretty much had a lot of free time besides just, you know, reception, checking in, all that type of stuff. We also got to go to the PX for the first time that week. We went to the small PX to get any like last minute hygiene products, anything like that. We weren't able to go to Aisle 5. You could not get no snacks or anything like that, no contraband. So they let you know what you can and cannot have. You'll also get this big old black duffel bag full of all the things you need in there. So when you come to basic training, you don't need to bring pretty much anything with you because you'll be able to get it there in that first week. They'll also issue you a pillow, pillowcase, blankets, sheets, all that stuff. The sheets are not comfortable. They're itchy and scratchy, the little green blankets. You cannot bring your at-home personal blankets to basic training, so you just gotta kind of do what they have pretty much. MREs twice a day, and then we had what they called hot eggs, which is pretty much they give you food that comes in like these tubs, and they take it from the DFAC and they bring it to you, and you stand in line and they just give you the food. Man, when I first got like the MRE, I'm like, what the hell is this? I was starving because I'm like, what is this? Like, I pretty much opened it up. I never used the hot bag where you have to put water in it and it heats up somehow. I don't even know how to use it still to this day because I only eat the sides, like the snacks, like the pretzels, the Skittles, the cookies, the crackers, the peanut butter, little stuff like that comes in it. I never eat the main meal. Week 2, which is still the reception phase / yellow phase. It was still a lot of, you know, free time. We took our last COVID test that week because the first week you take a COVID test, then you take another one the second week. They do allow you to have your religious time, which is on Sundays, where you can't go to the church or anywhere outside of the little area that we're confined in because of the COVID situation. But they do give you your religious time at the bay, pretty much just downtime for everybody. We had lots of briefings that week, you know, on board briefings on, you know, what to expect and, you know, stuff like that, the same old stuff. We had our ACFT demo, which was just like a test run. It didn't really count towards you, I don't think. I'm not sure if that first one counted. I don't think it did. Week 3 was yellow phase going into red phase, where we're able to do a little bit more. We're able to go, you know, to have our religious service at a church or at a facility. We're not just confined to the Bay. During that time, they can come back and get you if you didn't pass that second COVID test. They snatched a lot of people out. And if, let's say for instance, let's say you have COVID, they're going to take your bunkmate and they're going to take the 4 people on the side of you, like these 2 people and then these 2 people. So the 6 of you pretty much gotta go. It sucked. It was really scary. Every time we seen those people come, we were like, oh my God. Every time we seen the drill sergeant come in with that list, we were like sweating bricks. Like, please don't call our name. Like, whew, it was nerve-wracking, but they took a lot of people away. That week we went to go get our gear for training, like our rucks. What else did we get? Uniform, like our OCPs, our boots, socks, other stuff like that. They sent us on a bus to go get that. That was like pretty much an all-day process because it's a lot of us. We had more PT practice for the ACFT. So at this point, we're like not just in our bay the whole day. We're getting out more outside, running, starting to do a lot more things. This is when our 30-minute phone call started to take place. They originally didn't want to give it to us, but something happened with someone pretty much just running away, going AWOL. They figured, like, you know what, let's just give them a 30-minute phone call. Maybe this will cut down on the AWOL. It was due to an issue where they weren't able to really speak to their family, and that's what was told, but who knows, I don't know. During week 3, we started eating at the chow hall, which is called the DFAC, and we started to experience a lot better food because the MREs suck and the hot eggs suck, but the DFAC was a whole lot better. So at the end of week 3, we had our red phase briefing, where they'll let us know we're entering into red phase, what is expected of us. We also did our first ACFT that actually counts. So yeah, the other one was like a demo one. It didn't really count. Week 4, we are officially in red phase. It is the beginning of red phase. We're finishing up a lot of our medical, our finance, our dental, all that processing. Processing is gonna be a lot. Like, it is a long, overdrawn process. Like, you're gonna be at the soldier building for a long time, like days. When you think it's over, it's not. So we spent a lot of our time like taping all our gear, putting our names on everything, just to kill some time during downtime. Our drill sergeant personally worked with us on a lot of combat training, which they did take that out. I don't know if they brought it back with the newer classes, but with our class, they took it out. But our drill sergeants, you know, kind of, you know, showed us a couple of things just to kill time. And we also was taught a lot of how to use our M4s and stuff like that. We also received our masks for the gas chamber, and we received our weapons for the rifle marksmanship gun range shooting. In this week, we also had our wall locker inspections, which is your last chance to get rid of any type of contraband. So they go around checking everybody's locker and making sure you don't have any contraband. So week 5, still in red phase, we did our medical field class on how to properly care for one another in the event, you know, if we were out at combat and one of us had a gun wound or, you know, got injured in any kind of way, that we'll know the proper procedures on how to care for one another. We had to figure out different ways to drag each other. That was tiring. Like, you had to carry someone on your back. There was a way you had to carry someone with them holding onto your neck if they were alive but just hurt and couldn't walk. They will like hold onto your neck and then you will like crawl with them. If they were dead, you had to like drag them from underneath the armpit or kind of put them on your back or your shoulder. So that was tiring. That was a workout. We also did the gas chamber that week. I was very familiar with the gas chamber because I am prior service Navy, and we also did the gas chamber in our basic training. So that wasn't really nothing new to me. Week 5, we also get to go to the PX again for the second time. Maybe you ran out of personal hygiene products that you may needed, and you can go and restock up on the things that you may need. But again, you cannot go to Out 5. Also in that week, we did our 2-mile ruck, where we, walk for 2 miles with these heavy rucks on our back. We walk in 2-line formation. We also went to the gun range to do a lot of practicing for our rifle marksmanship. You do catch the bus back. Sometimes they may have you ruck there and you'll catch the bus back, or you'll catch the bus there and then they'll have you ruck back. With the rifle marksmanship, you'll do a simulation test with the little red laser light, and it pretty much just training you on how to line up to zero out. It's really small. If you don't have the greatest eyesight, hopefully you have your glasses there. They will issue you glasses there if you don't have any. I didn't get lucky. I needed glasses. I didn't bring any personal glasses because I barely wear them at home. I only wear it for driving. But they never gave me my glasses there. Like, I don't know what happened, but I never got my glasses. So I had a really hard time trying to zero. So one of the biggest events in week 5 that you'll do is called the hammer. The hammer is when you'll go out to the field. You'll stay, I think, like 2 nights. I think we stayed like 2 nights. You'll sleep out there. You'll do a lot of battle drills, a lot of the medical field training. And that's pretty much it. That's the hammer. You'll ruck all the way there, and then you'll ruck all the way back home. Week 6, which is white phase. In white phase, all you really do is practicing shooting. You'll spend a lot of your time at the gun range for like 2 weeks straight. Just trying to get everyone. They're just trying to get everyone to qualify. So it takes about 2 weeks because some people struggle like I did. You'll also do your second ACFT in week 5, white phase. You'll do that, and that's pretty much it. Just your ACFT and at the gun range. So like I said, you'll get a lot of practice at the gun range. Like, I pretty much was horrible. And a lot of that was because I didn't have my glasses. Like, I literally could not see. I still have my weapons card on me. I literally went from shooting like this. This is terrible. Look at, it's like all over the place. Like, it's all over the place. Like, you gotta pretty much shoot in a tight circle to qualify. And you have to do that at least 2 times in a row, I believe. 2 or 3 times in a row to qualify. So my shots were somewhat okay, but as you can see, I was all over the place. So I went from shooting like this to shooting like this. I hope you guys can see that. Like, I killed it right here. Like, I improved so much. Like, literally all my shots are like in this area right here. Right here, this little tight circle. That's why you can barely, it looked like it's only like 4 holes because I was shooting right in the same spot. Like, I'm proud of myself. That's to zero out. Then we have to start shooting targets. And it'll pretty much look like this. You have to shoot inside the circles. Like, I was shooting directly inside the circle. Some of them like directly into the hole. Like on this one. Like this one right here was directly inside the hole in the middle. And this one directly in the little dot in the middle. So all my shots was like right inside of the circle. So yeah guys, I made major improvements. Week 7, which is still white phase. What we did in that week is we did our land navigation, which is nothing like I did in OCS. Land navigation and basic training from Fort Sill was like piece of cake, like easy breezy. I don't know how it's gonna be when you guys go there or if you go to another location for your basic training, but literally we were not really in the woods. We were like in an open field pretty much. You can spot the points from a mile away. We also did another ruck march in that week, and we also did more field training because we went to the Anvil. The Anvil is pretty much kind of like the hammer, where you have to sleep outside in the field for a couple days and you do a lot of battle drill training, and you ruck there, you ruck back, pretty much the same thing. We also did our grenade qualification, where they teach us how to throw grenades, how to open a grenade, how to properly, throw it. You have to throw it at a certain meter in order to qualify, and you have to do all the steps in the procedure the correct way. So week 8, blue phase. So we're now in the blue phase and things is a lot easier. We got pretty much everything out the way, almost everything out the way. We're pretty much getting our tickets ready. People are trying to buy their tickets to go home. It's around Thanksgiving week. So for Thanksgiving, they had a nice dinner for us, a nice little setting. The drill sergeants, served us. It was really nice, really beautiful. I wish I could show you guys, but I wasn't able to film there, of course, because we didn't have our phones and we couldn't have cameras or nothing like that. We also did our third and our last ACFT. We completed that, and we were just prepping for week 9, where we would have to do the forge. Week 9, we had our battle buddy range, where we'll still do like field training, and we'll do that cover me while I move, battle buddy. I got you covered, battle buddy. We'll do a lot of that stuff. We also was giving flu shots. I didn't get the flu shot, personal reasons. I didn't get that. Most of that week just consisted of packing for the forge, making sure we had everything that we needed. So by the end of week 9, we went to the forge. The forge is the biggest and the last major event of basic training. It's pretty much just the last test before graduation. So the forge is where you will, they kind of want to put you under pressure and just see how you work as a team with each other, see how you will, react in a live combat situation. There's also this thing called Nick at Night, which is added with the forge. So Nick at Night, you'll pretty much climb this wall, and you have to crawl underneath like barbed wires while they're shooting live rounds above your head. You cannot stand up at all. Like, do not stand up if you want to live. They say it's not real rounds, but I heard that it was a real round. That's something I guess we won't really know, but it sounds real, very, very real. They're shooting live rounds above you. It's pitch black dark. You have to crawl on your knees and your elbows. You just got to pretty much maneuver around till you get to the end, and that's pretty much Nick at Night. And the forge is where you pretty much stay overnight outside. You have little tents. They'll wake you up in a random hour in the middle of the night, and they'll start throwing bombs and grenades and start, you'll hear gunshots, and you're just panicking, and you gotta pretty much get you and your squad, your team, your platoon, you gotta get them to safety. If you have a casualty that got shot or killed, you gotta get them to a safe place. The drill sergeants are walking around, and if they see you not doing something right, they'll say, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead, and you have to get that casualty to a safe place. You don't expect it, you don't know when it's coming, it just comes. Like, it's tiring. It's definitely tiring. You gotta crawl up these hills, down these hills. It's a lot. Then the next morning, you have to do your last graduation ruck. It's a long ruck. I forgot how many miles it was, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was 12. You pretty much have to ruck after the next morning after the forge, and you have to ruck to the gun range, and that's where you're pretty much, when you work to the gun range, you have to shoot, like just shoot, like it's no qualification or anything. You're just shooting at something like this, but you don't have to, you're just shooting at it, just killing ammo pretty much. We have a ceremony where you completed blue phase, you're pretty much done, like it's done. You only have 1 week left, which is week 10. So week 10 is pretty much lots of bay maintenance, lots of graduation practice, lots of cleaning, packing, processing out. And we also had our graduation uniform inspection where we had to put on our graduation uniform, which we had the pink and greens. I believe it was the first class to have it. I was in Alpha 1st and 40th in October. We had to do a lot of our gear return. We had to turn in our gear. We had a family day, which, you know, because of COVID, we couldn't have our family or friends come. But they did let us order food. We got our phones pretty much for like 6 or 7 hours. It was cool. And we had like this food truck where it had lots of snacks on it. And yeah, we just got to do what we want for those hours, and then getting ready to go home and go to AIT, and for some, OCS. So guys, that was it. I gave you the rundown week by week, phase by phase of what my basic training experience was like. I hope this was helpful for those who are coming to basic training soon. Sorry this video was a little bit late. It was just the timing. Everything was moving so fast. I had to get ready for OCS. It was holiday block leave, so I was really just trying to spend time with my family and enjoy that time. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the bell for future notifications so that you never miss another upload. Subscribe, share this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.